Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very quick scheduling change taking place because we've just been doing the maths and we realized that the game that we need to be covering on Against the TV1 is actually Paragon eSports versus Dinner Time because these two teams will potentially be tied for 6th and 7th depending on the result of the other game that is being played on GTV2 at the moment. So we kind of need to know what happens between these two teams. Now, the teams weren't expecting to be covered, so they've kicked off the game. They've already started playing. So my name is Crisis. I'm joined by Biza, and we are into Paragon eSports versus Dinner Time right away. Good evening, Biza.
Hello, how you going? Paragon on the blue team and Dinner Time on the orange team. They've got one goal. There's only 40 seconds left in this first game. The ball is just sitting on the floor. A cross comes over. Aussie will go with the push out for the defensive side as it flies off. Crisis. A bit of fun, a bit of action from both of these teams, and it is definitely an important game today.
Yeah, it's huge. Both of these teams kind of need to make sure that they score the points to ensure their position in the game. Paragon, Ozzy Osborne there, while we're explaining things, decides to go, look, there's some action to be had here on the field. And with 15 seconds to go, they tie the game. And it is now 1-1 between these two teams, Paragon and eSports. So, Biza, as I was saying, only 6 of these teams are going to be able to get through into the Invite League. That's correct, right? There's only 8 that make it through in total, and we already have Sequential and Valiant eSports.
Yeah, it's only 8 get through. The top 6 of this roster will get through, and the bottom will drop down into the main league. Yeah. So that's exactly right. We've got overtime, ladies and gentlemen, in the first game of this most important game. That is Paragon versus Dinner Time. The ball is sitting in a defensive zone for Paragon as they get back. Sparks goes for a shot on. He's just a bit high. The follow-up coming from the boys, no good from the Coleslaw man. But Fries does have a jump. He misses it off. Sparks will just try to stop the reverse. Have a look at the reverse work from FX. Yeah, beauty. He'll get blown up by Sparks, so a bit of a reset. Aussie clears out. Now the Dinner Time on the defense, just setting up. The shot comes wide, so the boys just trying to find their feet in terms of getting accurate shots here, Crisis. This is going back and forth. Going to be hard to try and break this deadlock.
Yeah, Ozzy Osborne and the rest of Paragon eSports get themselves back to defend. This is very difficult to defend, but they successfully do so. Cold coming through for his team there and clearing the ball away. There's a shot that goes a little bit wide from French Fries, more like a center than a shot. In fact, here's another one that is getting set up. French Fries with an opportunity, disrupted nicely by the boys from Paragon eSports. They don't want to give up the golden point, even though this is just the first game in the series. They want to set themselves up for an easy road through to securing that 6th position between these two teams.
Dinner Time very aggressive there as French Fries goes for a shot up. Goes for a defensive save. It gets pushed out. Bicycle kick from Sparks. He does a follow-up. Coleslaw just centering it for his team. Sparks goes for a shot. No, it gets smashed out by the Claude. Correct me, Ron, if I'm saying that incorrect. Big shout out to everyone in Twitch tonight and everyone that's followed us. Awesome action to see for these qualifiers, and especially the guys in Soma and Aaron giving us a few comments and special write-ups today. Very awesome work. Going to be interesting to see how the what do they call them? The rankings going forward, Crisis.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I am thrilled at the quality of Rocket League that we have been able to see here today. It only bodes well for the Pro League, and I can't wait to see what happens when these teams get themselves into a situation as Coleslaw just misses a shot there that goes a little bit high. I can't wait to see what happens when we have a group of 8 teams getting consistent competitive play on a weekly basis. for a full season of the Pro League. We are going to be seeing some top-notch Rocket League action. The goal is wide open, but what is that? How did that defense happen? Coleslaw must be feeling absolutely robbed because there wasn't even a defensive credit there. It seemed to bounce back off of the post from that defensive move from Paragon eSports. But it doesn't matter how it happened. The scores are still absolutely deadlocked, 1-1 between these two teams in the first game's overtime.
FX has a shot. It gets pushed out by Coleslaw. Tell you what, it would have been great to see if you could have a defensive replay, but it doesn't happen in these games. It's only when you score a goal. A bit of aerial play just sitting in the dinner time section as FX pushes the ball around. Aussie just clearing out for his team. Still a deadlock in this first game overtime. I don't know how long this is going to go, Crisis, but the boys are definitely playing hardball.
I tell you what, this has been kind of a feature of the games that we've covered of Paragon eSports, and I wonder if it's kind of a situation where their style of play influences their opponents to the effect that we get these kind of long periods of deadlock that only get broken by the overtime game mechanic. That said, we got some pressure coming into the blue zone, very easily cleared by FX, and the ball going wide of the dinner time goal. So French Fries able to turn around, get the pressure back into the blue zone. But look at that, the ball making a trip all the way around the stadium and now all the way back around. It's literally, there's been kind of 2 hits on each team, and it's back in the opposite zone. So very directionless at the moment, really, Biza.
Both teams playing out of the defense zone with the goalies deciding to have a bit of a shot on play. And this is saying that Ozzy Osbert comes in, mashes a goal in for Paragon. Then they take this game out. Holy mackerels, I just wasn't even expecting that. Look at that, bang, straight in. I thought Sparks was all over that. The guys, you know what? As you said, it ran around in circles, back and forth. Sooner or later, that was going to be a goal. So the first game going to a Paragon and dinner time. Shout out to Aaron for getting us to miss Jam Gaming. Oh, well, bad luck, but we're here.
Yeah, it's absolutely Aaron's fault.
Match.
It's not our fault, so don't blame us.
He can hold on to that. Well done, Aaron. I'll clip for that, mate.
No, joking. Ladies and gentlemen, we just felt because there was weight to this game that we needed to have it on stream. It's no reflection on the quality of the spectacle that Ripple Esports and Jam Gaming have given us throughout today. Congratulations to Jam Gaming, by the way, for making it into the Invite League. They've secured their spot, so we'll be looking forward to providing coverage of them from the Invite League here on Gamester TV as the weeks ensued. Of course, the Pro League tournament starts on the 2nd of November, Biza.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting when that starts. I can't wait for it. We are into the second game. And straight away, Fries follows up a great attacking push from the dinner time. Just have a look at this. Follows it up. Aussie misses that and just locks it in. That's a good start for dinner time. A big shout out on the other GTV being covered by Don Mega and Lon. At the moment, we've got Scavengers versus the Gibbon Horses. Scavengers are up the 1-0 in the first game of the series of best of 5 for them. So let's get back to this action, Crisis. Another clearance and another attacking play coming from dinner time.
Well, the ball set up for absolutely ages and on a very difficult angle to defend. Practically straight above the defenders, equally difficult to score. It was a little bit of a mess in the goal face, but in the end, the ball bounced in favor of dinner time, and they pick up their second goal in a row. And considering the first game was won 2-1 with a golden point in overtime, Biza, you'd be thinking if you were on dinner time that you were doing quite well with a 2-0 lead.
It's 4.5 minutes in, Crisis. Plenty of time to go. And just by going today's competition and the way it's gone, you could score one or two goals in a match, and it could be like that, or you can score about 6 to 7 goals. It can go any way. It just depends how it goes and how they set. especially when they go off the start of them. Very easy goals can be happen like that. The action in the middle, however, is just bouncing around on the wing. Paragon just being real super aggressive as dinner time get on. I'm getting lost in the ball. A short strike comes from Claude and he hits the top of the crossbar, and the return fire will come just as quickly as Claude went flying, left his goal mouth open, and he's big shout out to him right now. It killed me, as he says it in game. Bad luck to Paragon. They're going down massively at the moment. 3-0 in favour of Dinner Time. Big chance for Dinner Time to bring back this game, take it 1-0 and go to the third, level it up.
The power of morale in eSports. Oh, Cold manages to turn one around.
Is it Cold? I've been saying his name wrong.
Well, I don't know. I just pronounce it the way I see it. It looks like Cold to me. It might be Cald, I suppose.
Well, he did well to make up for his blunder.
He did indeed. So it is 3-1 right now in favour of Dinner Time. And we just saw a little bit in the chat there. It sounded like the boys from Dinner Time were feeling a little bit down in the dumps and were ready to throw in the towel after that first game getting golden pointed out of a victory. And they've come along and they've said, actually, you know what? We can score 3 goals in a row. Well, maybe things could actually go our way. That said, we've been following Cold since that previous goal, and Bizer, he puts another one in. So that's 2 in a row for Cold, and the score now at 3-2.
You know what? If he gets a hat trick, he'll impress me. Still disappointed with him.
So Cold hasn't made it onto the MVP stakes for today. So look, if he keeps on playing this way, he's got a good shot at it. Ball sitting up in the midfield. Nice little clear there from Coleslaw, but up through there. Cole, the man of the hour, with another shot on goals. Doesn't get it in, it rebounds off, but he's going to have another opportunity now. We catch it live. Oh, it bounces on the crossbar, rockets down onto the ground and bounces away.
Absolutely devastating stuff from Cobb. He's actually having a game, a ripper game at the moment as he clears the midsection. Aussie misses the ball, trying to get it back to the offensive half. FX is sitting back for his team. He'll clear it as Sparks tries to get into his goal. Fries stops in the hold, waits for the football as the man in FX pushes, follows, goes for a wide, hits the side of the crossbar. Where's the follow-up? Claude's there, misses it off. Bad luck to him. He's definitely on fire, Crisis, as the ball's still working in the defensive half for Dinner Time. Shot coming from FX. He's wide and getting pushed out. 2 minutes on the clock. Dinner Time on a defensive half here as Paragon now get put in their paces. Pushes come from Coleslaw. Rebound out. Still sitting central. Claude pushes back down. We're going back and forth here right now. Very, very, very tough play from the boys. You can definitely tell this game is heated up. Crisis.
Loads of power on the ball as it bounces into the sky. Sets up for an attempt on the blue goal, but it's now cleared out. A little bit of dangerous time for the boys from Paragon, but in the end, they are still only 1 point away from equalizing and forcing another golden goal situation. There's a shot that goes wanting on the orange goal again. The equalizer still not to be. Cole decides, I'm going to keep it in the orange zone. Sets it up for himself. Whoa, I'm sorry, FX was the one who set it up. I thought I was following Cold there for a moment, but in fact it was Cold putting a sure stamp or a claim on MVP so far with a hat-trick. Are you impressed now?
Yep, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Rice gets the touch off. Clyde, if he gets one more, there'd be MVP maybe for the series. Who knows?
And you call it, mate.
Shot coming.
There was 4 minutes of play. They were 3-0 down, and they've clawed back 3 goals in 3 minutes. 1 minute of play, and we are deadlocked at 3-all.
Really, really good play from both teams. Aussie clears off the wall. Lovely shot as Sparks goes for the clearance, sets it up for his man, and Claude, he's sitting central, but the ball doesn't go for him. He now has to work. Oh, he went for the defense, sorry, and he's pushing back again once for that. So the boys just trying to fill it out. They don't want to try and break this deadlock 30 seconds remaining, comes up on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. So we're set for an epic final 20 seconds. When it happens, Sparks goes flying, leaves his goals open. No one's there to try and work it. As Claude pushes that out, and I love to call Sparks, he was actually going for it, not defending his goal. 8 seconds going. This is possibly the last play. Cole gets it up for his team.
Oh, it's going to go in. Oh, Coleslaw.
Absolutely massive from Coleslaw. Where is he? Let's go sit with him. Oh, what a side hit. He doesn't even look at the goal. He knew it was in, Crisis. He hit that ball and that was in. Gone. 2 seconds.
Man, wow. That was an incredible piece of play from Coleslaw off the side of the wall and getting that one touch. The ball's still alive though, stays up in the air, and you'll find, oh, let's just rub it in a little bit. French Fry says, actually, we got 2 seconds. That's enough time for me to get into the air, get some twirly bits on my car, and put another one in. In the end, 5-3, and they have a winner of the second game, and that's dinner time.
If I have to nominate a clip for any replays, like if you have a special week of the clip, those last 2 goals in the last 10 seconds of that match would be the first and only thing I put up today. That is an amazing play of anything from the dinner time boys. Epic match, Crisis. I'm excited. They're both locked piece now, 1-1. Who do you see this going? Where do you see it going?
Well, all I can say is I heard you say what you said, and I saved a replay straight away because that is definitely something for the highlight reel. I know that the boys from Jam Gaming are looking to create a highlight reel of Rocket League happening, and I'll bet you they'll be asking for that demo because that was a fantastic piece of play from the dinner time boys. There's a huge amount to play at the moment for them, and they are taking the opportunities that they need to secure themselves a spot in the Invite League. And what a surprise, Paragon eSports battling for their lives as well.
They're really pushing it, and they're being very aggressive at the start of this third match here. Aussie Osbot has a shot, does push it in, does get pushed out by the Fries man. So does Sparks. So they're just trying to set up right now and gather all the boost, get their players in the pocket. Ball goes high into the Paragon defense. Dinner time just making it a mill of it as FX pushes that ball out. Crisis, this is some crazy play at the moment. Will the boys settle? Who will break the deadlock for this third match?
Yeah, very, very tense at the moment. Biza, as the series is also tied 1-1, but with 5 goals getting scored, with only 2 in reply by dinner time, they will be feeling a lot better. And just like that, nothing makes the feelings go all warm and fuzzy inside like a goal. And there it is again, 1-2 touches, and he got enough of a shift in direction on the ball to beat the defender handily and go 1-0 up for dinner time.
Lovely work, good call. Just a shout out on the other game, guys. Don Mango and Lon covering that on GTV2. We've got Scavengers taking on Gibson Horse, and they're up 2-0 here.
Oh, that goes begging. That was an opportunity to equalize from Paragon eSports, and they weren't able to do it. And I wonder if that's going to come back to haunt them, because that was as near as a goal could possibly be, as it sort of meandered across the goal face of dinner time. Well, never mind, with 3 minutes of play still to go. There's a lot of Rocket League to play, and we saw that exactly in the previous game, Biza.
Yeah, indeed. And it's just a shout out from the boys in Twitch. Both teams are actually through Crisis, so there's no one playing for sheep stations in between. In saying that, there is a shot from Aussie, and Fries pushes it out. Yeah, they're both cleared.
I thought it was a decider between who was going to get to 6th or 7th.
No, these guys are clear at the moment, I think. Unless Aaron can confirm that for us.
Aaron's going to have to tell us, because depending on the result of what's happening on GTV2, one of these teams, I think, may be pushed out. That's what I understood from it. I know that Aaron's here with us
wrong.
at the moment. Maybe he can just jump in and explain what the mathematics of the situation actually is.
Put him on the spot. He doesn't want to talk. We'll head back to the game, but I think both of them are safe for this one. So we are covering some fun action for the boys. However, if you do want to know, Gibson Horse and Scavengers are fighting out. So one of those teams probably will be knocked out going forward. And a shot comes from Claude, continuing his magnificent form from the previous games. Picks up a goal for his team. That is Paragon. Have a look at that fly. Lovely work. Into the left-hand side. Love that, Crisis. Good work. We're now locked up. 1-1. 2 minutes left on the clock. Paragon got some work to do. They did take the first game. Dinner time come back in the second. This third, it is locked up right now.
Well, Called follows through with that goal, with setting the ball up and having a little shot at goals. Kind of half-hearted attempt though. Had it in the right zone, and it's been turned around now by the boys from Dinner Time. The pressure onto the goals. Nice little touch there from French Fries, coming from the distance in the air with a full boost. And he got a lovely bit of angle onto the ball, cuts it across the goal face and into the far right-hand corner.
Yeah, lovely work. I missed that one because I was reading the Twitch chat. So yeah, these both teams are confirmed to be in Crisis.
All right.
Well, there you go. So pushing it out, the boys. This is going to be the defense for the Dinner Time. Coleslaw goes through a smack down the field. The Vex decides, I'll do one straight back. Then Sparks follows. I love playing play to play. It's always fun work. Aerial's working. Coleslaw has a little bit of a tap. The boys just trying to set up. Waste a little bit of time, actually, I must say. Just keeping it up in the air. Not letting the guys get any clearance work. As Paragon now set up in a dangerous zone. Coleslaw says, no thank you. It goes again. That's possibly a shot. It's just curling away from the goal and will be cleared out. Aussie decides he will go another one. It's set up. The French Flyers will clear. And it will try to go. We're going back and forth, Crisis. This is some epic stuff. But in saying that, Paragon's goal is open. It still gets cleared. Claws following it up. Aussie as well. The 30-second time goes. Will Paragon score a goal and take this to overtime?
Yeah, following Sparks at the moment. He's just earned his saviour for the match, which means he has been defending like crazy. He's up on the wall now. Gets a nice little touch to it, but it's intercepted. Cold now, the man of the hour for Paragon eSports, gets the disruption and doesn't turn it into a goal itself. Ball sitting up in the midfield now. Cole has to go back to get the defense on, but he's beaten by French Fries, who actually had the right direction.
Strong play.
And gets a beautiful play. He's done that time and time again. That's the second. It's almost identical to his previous goal.
Wow. An epic game there. We thought Paragon were going to come back at the end there, but Dinner Time setting up and just being really strong. French Fries at the moment, he's just running with Coleslaw in the running for the MVP, sorry. Will Dinner Time come back and pick up the fourth, take it to a fifth, or do we think Dinner Time are going to run out with this Crisis?
Well, the boys from Dinner Time are hoping that it's going to be them who takes the next game, because they are feeling the pain of playing all day long competitively. The pain and the stress. And a little bit of carpal tunnel syndrome. Probably. As we go into game number 4 of the series, another best of five. It's been best of fives all day long, and just as well, because we've had some real nail biters going all the way to the 5th game.
I'll be honest with you, it's probably the best format that we could see for a qualifier. Really gives an equal level playing field. Both teams get a chance to warm up and to get their strats going and the talk and everything throughout the day. And it definitely proves to give the guys, who got the talent, working very well. So best of 5, best format in my opinion. There's
a shot from Ozzy Osbourne that we were following. It goes high. He just hit it a little bit too hard. So the goal stay is 0-0 with the first minute about to tick over. French Fries with an aerial. Nice little joust over there. Ozzy Osbourne gets smacked flying as a result of that. The ball way up in the air now, traversing the, well, it's not really traversing, I suppose, going through. Traversing's across, right? Yeah.
I have no idea, mate.
Well,
I don't even know what that word is.
When you're going sideways along a wall, that's traversing. So I guess technically if the ball's going along the wall along one of the sides, that would be traversing. Got to get the vocab right. Coleslaw carries the ball up, intercepted by Ozzy Osbourne. The pressure remains on the orange goal, which it has been for a while. Coleslaw falls back though and gets the clear out. And now the goalpost almost open. FX there gets a very necessary deflection, pushes the ball into the corner, but he has a shot at goals. It goes wide. French Fries just misses, and the halo comes through for one of the Paragon eSports boys, and they get the clear to an open goal face of the boys from Dinner Time.
Oh! Goal gets pushed around. Coleslaw mashes it into the goal mouth. Have a look at that. That is a high ball, and that is a really good goal just to go. Bounces over the top. Wow.
I mean,
yeah, I would say wow. Spark says wow.
the turnaround was so quick. One moment I was talking about how it had just been cleared out, and the next moment it was right the way back on that side of the field, and the goal getting scored by Coleslaw. They still have the momentum, ladies and gentlemen, here on GameStat TV. It's the last game, and they are playing for their, well, they're playing more for pride and seeding than for a place, earning a place in the CGI. And goodness me, they are proving well that they are deserving entrance. Dinner Time, Sparks sees an opportunity and puts one in. 2-0 for Dinner Time. I think French Fries expected that goal to go to him.
Oh, it probably did, but bad luck. The boys from Dinner Time definitely proving. I think this game, yeah, you are slightly playing for pride, but I don't think that's it. I think they're playing for the power rankings. You know, if they can finish off in a dominant display in force, the guys on the panel of the power rankings will definitely turn around and show, well, they're really strong. They finished the game off. They did really well. As a shot comes from the Dinner Time boys, they are being really, really offensive right now, Crisis. They're dominating. They push it into their orange zone, back into the defense. So that's Paragon having a bit of a play. Aussie pushes again, returns, and here comes FX. Oh! I thought that was a clearance. He's missed it, and FX has pushed that in. Have a look at this replay. That is absolutely crazy. Look at his speed. I thought Fries had that cleared. No way in hell. He missed that, and that was in. Great play by Paragon. They get a goal. They bring it a lot closer here, Crisis.
Yeah, for a moment there, I actually thought that French Fries got demoed, and that's why the ball got past him, but he just mistimed things and overshot the defensive move that he was trying to put together. There's a mid-air demo called onto Sparks, but Sparks got his touch to it enough and gets the ball cleared out. He's respawned already and carrying the ball through to the blue zone. The ball sitting up now. Cole carrying it forward with a nice couple of touches, traversing the wall, carrying the ball through and back into the orange zone. It's covered the whole field in a matter of seconds, and all while in the control of these two teams. It's not as though they're just blatting the ball and it's flying across the field and hope, you know, it's kind of these hopeful glory kind of shots. They're actually controlling it and getting intercepted or beaten, and the ball is getting forced to onto the other side of the field. He has an opportunity though. The ball sitting in the blue zone now. Nicely goes up there. An attempt from Coleslaw to get a 1-2 going, but it doesn't quite work. A little bit too much power on the ball, Bizer, and the ball returning now to the orange zone.
Aussie just clears it, puts it into an advantage for his team. The Coleslaw will get it up, and a bit of aerial works from the FX. Lovely touch from him. The ball just sitting midfield, now going into Paragon's defensive half. FX will clear. 30 seconds remaining. They need to get this forward. They need to have an attack. Coleslaw will just hold it up for a little bit. Aussie will push in. I sound like a bloody racehorse caller at the moment. I'm getting really excited about this, but they need to get into the goal. Otherwise, dinner time will take this game, and this round will round out for the end. 10 seconds ticking. It is in their defensive half. Fries will clear. A bounce will come from Aussie. It will get cleared again. That is it, Crisis. Possibly the last goal. There we go.
They did it in the death in the previous game, but it was not to be in that final game.
Yeah, down to the end, Crisis. So the dinner time picking up 3-1. Awesome match to go. Who is our MVP?
Well, I reckon, even though he didn't have much of a showing in the final game, that it's got to go to French Fries because of those incredible angled goals that he was getting from the air that really created the momentum that carried dinner time through to the victory.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. He's him and Coleslaw worked very well. Coleslaw very well with his defence. I believe that was just the carry of the whole team as well. Not many guys. Guys, just a shout out as well on to GameStar TV2 with Don Mega and Lon. They're currently in there. They've got Gibbons Horse and Scavengers in a deadlock game. They're actually, sorry, not a deadlock game. Scavengers up 2, Gibbons Horse 1. They're both fighting out to stay in this league. Otherwise, one will drop down to main. So jump over to GameStar TV2 to catch that. Any final words from today's proceedings, Crisis?
Well, they don't actually have to change. I've set it to host GameStar TV2, so while that is happening, they can cover that. Hopefully that's not going to disrupt things too much. Oh, whoops. Oh, so this is actually off air. But it is still being recorded. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a quick break in the VODs because we're going to put GameStar TV2 onto GTV1 just so that people don't have to change channels for a little bit. And then we will be right back with a wrap-up